Hey, hello and welcome to ABJ Vlogs. Thank you for always being a part of this channel. Thank you for this movement. The love from Nigeria, Ghana, Argentina, name the countries is so much massive. And so I really appreciate this afternoon. Yeah, it's afternoon here in China. I have barely like 10 minutes. So I'm just trusting that I'll be able to present this in 10 minutes. But before that, I really have to address a particular comment. Some people have commented in the comment section telling me about BJ. We need you to address something. So let me read a comment and then we quickly address it. So I had a comment from, let me see the name. I had a comment from M at MM underscore crypto 77 saying that BJ, how would you advise or apply for? Would you advise I apply for type A? I want to do bachelor's in English too. Okay, so this is for uh, underscore crypto. And then one person also is asking ABJ, can I apply for what is type A? So the person is asking me what is type A and then what also is pre-admission letter. So please, I'm using this video before I go into what I have to discuss about today. Let me talk to you about, let me address their questions. So the first person is asking me, would I advise or is it good that he applies for type A? Yes, I always say that if you're applying for a bachelor program taught in Chinese language, and then you really need a full funding, then the best application to do is to apply for the bilateral program because most of the programs here in China are taught in Chinese, and those ones fall under the type A Chinese government scholarship. The ones that fall under type, even the type B, it's very difficult to get universities that fall under type B. But the ones that are taught in English, bachelor programs that are taught in English, you realize that most of these universities give their own university scholarships. And these university scholarships are not full. Sometimes they are, not sometimes, most of the time, they are partial or tuition waivers, or they give some sort of percentages and all of that. So if you are really looking for a full funded program, then you should apply to Chinese government scholarship type A. And this will lead me to address the other question about pre-admission letter. Yes. So pre-admission letter is a requirement for applying to Chinese government scholarship type A. If you're applying for Chinese government scholarship type A, and mostly it is the bachelor people who really apply for type A. So that means that you really need a pre-admission letter. And how do you get this pre-admission letter? So you know that when you're applying to Chinese government scholarship, you have to apply on the university portal, and then you have to apply on the Chinese government scholarship website. So if once you're applying for type A, you realize that there is a clause or a requirement that states that pre-admission letter. So first of all, you have to go to the university's website. So for instance, you're applying to University Z, that is Zwell. You're applying to Zwell. Now, when you come to Zwell, you go to the website, you create your account, and then you select Chinese government scholarship type A. But usually you're going to find bilateral. Most of the universities will write bilateral. Very few ones write university scholarship. So you select the bilateral, then you go through the process, you fill in your document, your basic information that are needed and all of that. So once you fill in all of these things, now when you get accepted, no, the university will check, but pre-admission letter comes very early, very quick. I know it will not get to a month, at most 2 weeks, the university would have finished processing it because they will have to check your document and know whether you are eligible. Once they see that, oh, you are eligible, you meet their cut, they will issue you the pre-admission letter. Pre-admission letter does not mean that you have been accepted because you're only adding it to your document to your university, to the embassy or the Chinese agency in your country for them to know that yes, you have a university. But the good news is that under the type A, you can apply to 2 universities. So I don't know whether I've answered the question, but if I haven't, please you can come back again. But I hope this one really helped. So in today's video, I'm really talking about Shanghai Jiaotong University. Shanghai Jiaotong University. And this university is by far one of the best universities you can find here in China. It is good. It is one of the top universities. I say this and then sometimes people come at me, BJ, are you sure? Yes, it is one of the good universities. All the universities that have Jiaotong are good. And then they are very, like, it's a very huge university, a very big university. And so the courses in there are so many. So quickly, let's go through the programs and all of that so you can really know what it is. Let me see. I want to be sure of what I'm doing. Yes. Okay, so let me even project it this way so you can actually see what I want to talk about. Okay, so when you go to the university website, yes, so now on the university website, let me just save as all the several explanations. Let me save as all the several explanations. So now we come to the eligibility, right? Yes. So for the eligibility, I always mention that once you're applying for Chinese government scholarship, eligibility is almost like similar. So I'll be very fast on this one. You are not supposed to be a Chinese. So I know you are not a Chinese. You have to have a good medical records and a good character. And if you're applying for PhD, you should usually shouldn't be more than 40. If you're applying for masters, you shouldn't be more than 35. That is usually some of the requirements and or the eligibility criteria. And once you meet all these things, then you can really apply. Now, let me just take you through their very important date. Yeah, this is very, very important. So with their date, okay, with their date, they started or they opened it 1st October. That doesn't mean that you don't qualify. You know, for them, they have two slots, they have two windows. So the first window started in October, and second window is going to and it ended yesterday. But second window is going to start 15. It's going to start. It's going to start right after today, and then end on 15th February. So you can apply for the second window. And then the good news is that in this particular university, they have the Shanghai government scholarship also. I don't know whether I should merge it, but I don't. Maybe because of time, I will not be able to explain the Shanghai government scholarship. But the long and short of the Shanghai government scholarship is that they have type A and type B. Type B is partial. Type A is full scholarship, which is equivalent to the Chinese government scholarship. The only difference is that they have a different website that they have to apply, and Chinese governments also have a different website. But the procedures are the same. The eligibility criteria and everything is the same. Now, the saddest part of this application is that this university accepts compulsorily you have to pay application fee of 800 RMB. It's a top university and it's expected 800 yuan, which is equivalent to $120. And another big condition is that you have to get a supervisor or a professor before you can apply to this university. You know, I've been checking my time. Yes, I really want to be on time because I have to go. So these are the two main criteria that, criteria. It's part of the eligibility, not the eligibility, the requirement that you have to fulfill. And these are the documents needed: transcript, notarized transcript, notarized certificate. You need your language certificate. People ask, "ABJ, I was taught in English. Do I?" Yes, if you're taught in English or English is your native language, then you basically have to take a letter and then apply. Yes, you don't have to submit a TOEFL or IELTS whatsoever. Passport scan copy, photo passport. Yes, then your study plan, your proposal if you're applying for PhD, two letters of recommendation. They should be written by a professor, an associate professor for that matter, or a professor for that matter. And let me see the other requirements. So basically, this is what you need. And they have given the various links to apply. So basically, the ones here are the various links that you really need to follow and apply. So I'll copy these links into the comment section, and then you can also or description, and then you can follow. I'm just recording as a live, so pardon me if I make some errors. It's normal. This shows how authentic that we are here. So you realize that they quickly explain the type, the second part of it. Those who want to apply through the embassy or the consulate in their country, that is the type A that I was explaining earlier. So with this type A, you realize that they have quickly said applicants are also may also apply for scholarship opportunities through the embassies or the consulate in their country. The application schedules vary, and usually it's from November to April. So you have to really contact your embassy, and they have their own agency numbers. So you can check this website. So I'll put this website there. You can find for your country when it is opening, when it is ending, and then you can apply. So just as I've mentioned, you know, when you come to the latter base of the application website, realize that they have stated the courses that are taught in English, courses that are taught in Chinese, and then the language requirement and the department and contact information of the professors. So if you really want to apply to this university, you realize that the last part of it, this one, the last part is the professor list. It says the school/department contact information. So when you go here, you find the information for all the professors, then you can contact them directly for and request for an acceptance letter. If you are fortunate and then the acceptance, then that means that we are really true to apply. But you know, there are two program, master program taught in English, master program taught in Chinese. But this university, I can assure you, they have very good programs, and a lot of them, like so many of them. Let me put it this way: the ones that I can mention of it, they have environmental engineering, mechanical engineering, public administration. They have law, they have international business, they have journalism and communication taught in English. I know somebody personally doing that. They have architecture. For the engineering programs, so many of them, mechanics and all of that, mechatronics, count them. The only caveat is that you have to seek for a professor first. Once you get a professor, then your chances of getting into this wonderful university is very, 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 very high. And I can assure you about that one. Yes. So I've been checking my time. Yeah, I've been checking my time because I need to quickly go to another meeting. Yes. So I will not really keep long on this one. But if you have some questions that you want to ask me, you can leave them in the comment section. But this university is a good one, but application fee is 800 RMB. But until then, I would say thank you all so much for the love. Let's push and then share for others to enjoy. A lot of people want to come to China, and not only in China, a lot of them want to consult and then go to other countries. Let's help them when we can, or if we can, so we can get everybody going. And I know in future we can make the world a better place because we are all broadening our horizon, and based on that, we make the world a better place. So thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to love. I don't know what to even say. Bye bye.